Hey Taurus, welcome to my channel. It's Veroosh, and here is your reading for the full moon on the 23rd of July. You're last again, not by choice, it's just a random draw, but I suspect that this has a lot to do with the North Node, which is currently not in your first house, but it will be. So next year you're going to be first, probably often. So first let's see what kind of dice we have. These are not suited, these dice, for the cards. So if you like to read like cartomancy or regular cards, this is not the same. So don't take this as a 9 of spades twice. Just take it as a 9. We have the ace also, so in a new beginning. So 2 9s in an ace. Definitely some kind of big ending in a new beginning. We have flower power daisy. Hey girl, hey, peace to you. And then we have Uranus. Now Uranus is going to go retrograde on the 19th of August, which is kind of to do with this full moon. So maybe we can start there. Right now Uranus is direct in your first house. And for the next month will continue to be so. However, next month, for the second full moon in Aquarius, Uranus will be retrograde. And that will begin the next cycle of Uranus and Saturn coming together for their final square of the year. So they're doing 3 squares this year. And when Uranus starts moving retrograde on August 19th, he will start moving towards Saturn. Right now he's moving, they're both moving away from each other. So that pressure and the intensity is decreased that we're feeling. But when Uranus goes retrograde, they're going to start, he's going to start moving towards Saturn. And then when Saturn goes direct in October, then they'll begin to form their big square. Okay, and this is the last one, so it's probably going to be very transformative, but it starts in the next month, and that's important. So I kind of jumped ahead to show you guys your highlight, but there's a full moon on the 23rd in Aquarius right at the top of your chart, and then there's a second full moon in Aquarius in August, on August 22nd, in your 10th house, and that's also significant. At the same time as these 2 full moons are happening in your 10th house, Jupiter is entering into your 10th house as well. I'll explain it all in just a minute. Saturn is retrograde in your 10th house, and this is all in the sign of Aquarius, right? And so 10th house has a lot to do with your public standing and your career. This is a wonderful time for you to expand and grow and move forward. Saturn in the 10th house isn't the easiest transit. Saturn's in rulership in Aquarius, and in the 10th house, it sort of makes, career movement sort of problematic at times. If you're around bad people or bad situations, then then Saturn direct can be a real doozy. It can pull you out of jobs, make you switch careers, make you go in a different direction. It's always for your best, but sometimes the process becomes a little freaky. However, Saturn's retrograde at this time, so with these full moons and Jupiter in the 10th house, your growth is exponential here. Further to this, Jupiter in the 10th house is amazing. It's great. It brings wonderful circumstances into your life and opportunity. So it's a blessed placement. So overall, your chart is completely set up for world domination. It's completely set up for you doing very well in your life. And through the next month, July 23rd through August 22nd, make a plan of what you are doing and how and why. I did a collective message, which is astrologically based, but it's not heavy on the astrology. And I'll put it in the cards here, as well as the playlist for this series. So you can go and check that out. And so for you, this is all concerning your public life, your career, and taking steps to get there. And you should have a lot of energy. I know I sound very relaxed. I'm very relaxed right now. I don't know why. But I had something with aspartame in it, the fake sugar. and I don't do well with that. So anyway, sorry. But I'm in a good mood, and I hope you are too. And so Venus in your 5th house, in combination to all of this, like, put your best foot forward, put yourself out there, Taurus. Let them know how you feel about things. Let them know, your inspiration to things. There's a lot of like insight that you're gaining at this time. Saturn has some really neat aspects on it right now. So the first one is a sextile to Chiron. And so in some way, any inhibitions that you have with where you want to go are alleviated. And so now this is the perfect time to step forward and assert yourself. Like if you want to go and work online somewhere and you're like, oh man, this is going to be rough. RUFF. and then this is going to be rough. And so with Chiron retrograde and Saturn retrograde, you might be like, oh, whatever, I'll try. And so I started my channel just for fun, doing celebrity readings, but it wasn't for like money. And then I think at that time you didn't have to get approved for AdSense, right? So I made a quarter. I was like, oh, a quarter. This is nice. And so it goes. So your inhibitions are lessened, and now you can step out into the world and be your fabulous self. This can be extremely successful in terms of work, and Saturn is also forming a trine to the North Node in your 2nd house, and until the North Node moves into Taurus in December, your focus is money, like success, money, seeing opportunities with regard to money. It's all there. So keep your eyes open. And just as a foreshadow, just to give you a heads up, now this trine is going to break up between Saturn and the North Node. But when the Sun enters into Libra, you're going to have another transit like the one right now. So it's all work oriented. Where do you apply your time? How do you work? Why? Who? Lots of stuff to do with connection with others. How are you networking and where? And so put yourself out there, Taurus, and go after what you want. Uranus direct is so great. I forgot to mention this at the beginning. So Uranus, since it's been in Taurus, has been impacted by other transits for the last 3 years. There's always been something going on. Party pooping, okay? Something's pooping the Uranus party in your 1st house. And I think that Uranus in Taurus is not the easiest energy because it's a radical change and transformation in your fixed sign. But Uranus in some way is the antidote to a lot of, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Taurus, but whenever you have an extreme of an energy, a little bit, something to counter it, a little bit to balance it out really helps. So as a fixed sign, you have a tendency to ruminate and to stick to what you're doing. Excuse me, hold on. I'm fine. Ruminate and stick to what you're doing and carry on with what you've been doing all this time. When Uranus enters into Taurus or has entered Taurus, it gives you diversity and flavor. So things spice up a little bit. There's a little bit of change. And I talked about this in my Uranus and Taurus video in 2018. I have a playlist for your sign. It's in the cards there and in the description. So go and check it out, and I explain everything in detail there. But essentially, Uranus in your 1st house brings diversity and diversification. And so in some way, at this time when Uranus is moving direct and all the negative transits have gone, Lilith has moved into Gemini, your Uranus is beginning to shine and your life is going to change. Like suddenly you're not good with the 9 to 5 anymore. Suddenly you don't want to do the same thing every day. Suddenly going to the gym every day sounds like you want to jump off a cliff. Like you want to exercise a variety of ways. You want to have various different experiences. And so Uranus in the 1st house kind of pushes you out of your element. and allows you to try different things, encourages you to try different things. And I think that that will influence your career and your money a lot. So in terms of love and other things, Venus in the 5th house is very nice for love, and you'll have that until August 15th or so when she enters into Libra. Mars enters Virgo as well. So this is a romantic transit for you. So if you're looking for romance, this is great. And then, of course, when the sun enters into Virgo on August 22nd, you have romantic transits. So romantic summer for you, Taurus, now. But I think that the big picture thing is very much with you setting up some kind of wonderful financial situation for yourself, changing things up, embracing new things, trying things from a different perspective and not pointing fingers. I'm a fixed sign baby. I have everything but Taurus in my chart. Fixed signs. So I'm not being mean, but being a little bit more flexible sometimes helps people, right? Rather than, allowing something different to come into your life. So, okay. So let's take a look. And I'm not throwing shade. Like I said, I have the same energy. And sometimes being taken out of our own way is exactly what the doctor ordered. Okay, so now let's see your cards, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We have the Sun here first. Sun, that's a very nice message. Wonderful blessings. Yay. Okay. And then we have the King of Wands, Sag, Leo, or Aries. And then we have the High Priestess, Insight and Intuition. And then we have the Tower, the Change. I'm going to honor it. And then we have, let's see, the Fool, New Beginnings. Wow. You're getting a lot of higher arcana. There's only one lower arcana card. Page of Wands, Sag, Leo, or Aries, heading off in a new direction. Certain things changing, something's transforming. And then we have the Hanged Man here. Okay, so there's delays, Neptune waiting for a situation. 7 of Pentacles. And then we have the Page of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. And then we have the King of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Okay. Whew. This is a big one. 7 of Cups. There you go. Okay. Something's going to transform your life for great success, right? Something that at first is going to be jarring or unexpected. It's going to be huge. Like this is you, Taurus, the King of Pentacles. I feel as though someone's behavior is erratic. There's something unexpected that happens, and I don't think you're seeing all of it. That's Venus in Scorpio. You don't necessarily see it right away, but it might be a shock. It could be like, for example, it could be that your company is going bankrupt and you lose your job, right? And so, but then something happens, like a buyout or something, and you get a ton of money or something out of it. There's some kind of a turn of fortune that goes extremely well in your favor. And you're going to have to wait a little bit to really see it turn out. I did the collective reading for the astrology for this week, for this full moon. And it's really 2 full moons, like I said in the astrology. And so the main message, one of the main messages of the collective is that you're not supposed to use this full moon as the exact answer quite yet. The real answer comes in the shift from the first full moon at 1 degree Aquarius to the second one at 29 degrees Aquarius. And then the bigger picture until December when the North Node moves into Taurus. So you're going into a phase in which there's going to be an unexpected change. Anything from having to move out of your house or switch a job, but something big like that. There's going to be a big shift that has an impact on you but goes so well in your favor. I think there's like a shock at first, an unexpected transformation of some kind. But I feel like this will lead right into exactly like your strength. You're going to come out as the king. You're going to come out on top of this energy. I feel as though you have had some shifts in friendships recently. And I feel like maybe there are new beginnings in friends coming to you. Again, there's this frequency of a little bit of a delay with that. That could come, like you may have started friendships recently, but it may not be until December that they fully get vaccinated, that they fully get rolling. And you need to still figure out who's who and what's what. This Page of Swords looks promising. Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra with Virgo transits. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn transits. That was a slip of the tongue. So maybe it is Virgo transits. And so this is Saturn in Taurus. So you have this long-term perspective with regard to friends. There's good outcomes that are coming for you. I feel like this has something to do with your reputation. This has something to do with like a good rapport with others, and that your reputation carries you forward. It could also be that, like, imagine, like, how do you say this? You work for like a company, and so therefore you can't help a lot of people with their small businesses and things like that. And then the company gets bought out. There's some kind of restructuring. And then suddenly you're in touch with your network, you know, in whatever you do for work. I'm getting computers, but it could be something else. And so your network needs your help, and you come out in like such a better way. Whatever you were doing, or whatever this thing was, it could be a relationship, it was holding you back. Whatever it was holding you back. And now that it sort of suddenly transforms, it leads in the proper direction. Somebody could come to you with an idea unexpectedly and really bring some amazing turnaround to a situation for you. There's a big shift here. And it has to do a lot with, I think the King of Wands, maybe a Sag, a Leo, or Aries. There's some indication that they were dishonest, that there was a lack of honesty here, a lack of transparency. Or maybe this is the person who was dealing with it with you on your behalf. Somebody who was like in your corner and helping with this. It's either the person who is being deceptive, or the person who's trying to ration out and figure out the disingenuine or dishonest frequency. I feel as though there is something about this. There's something about where you're going that is going to be so successful. There's so much success regarding the direction you're going, but you're going to have to wait. This Hanged Man, you're going to have to wait. But it's such a confidence. It's like basically, yeah, that's what I get. Whatever you were doing was holding you back, was holding you down, was not allowing you to be yourself. And I feel like there's going to be a very quick transformation that will allow you to step into your true, genuine nature and show that forward. It's this long-term development between friends. Also, I feel like somebody might give you an offer for a new beginning. So somebody might call you up with like an offer for a contract or some type of work. And I think that you should pursue that. I think that that's a really good thing. I feel as though for relationships, there could be a lack of clarity in a relationship for some of you. And I feel like someone who's quite naive is stepping forward and like approaching something that other people don't dare touch. Like other people don't dare touch this issue. And I think that that's kind of like a good thing. I think in some way, somebody, because they're uninformed or naive, they do something what other people would think is risky, but they do it. And because of that, that leads to financial success, a lot of financial success. I mean, you have the sun over the top, you're literally winning. There's someone who didn't live up to the promise. There's someone who didn't live up to the promise, and you're coming out on the other side so much better. So much better. Okay? I thank you guys so much for watching. I wish for you all the best. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to make the energy real. I want to just comment because this is a very intense reading. So the reason you're getting readings like this is because you have Saturn at the 10th house, Pluto on your MC line, the line between the 9th and the 10th house, and Jupiter is also in the upper houses in the 11th house and will be in the 10th house. Big transformations, big shifts. Everything in your outside world that wasn't meant to be is going very, very quickly, but you're coming out on top. It's like, you know, it's like hot air balloons. When you remove this, when you need the balloon to go higher, you need to throw out the sacks of sand, right? You have to dump them. And so that's what's happening to you. You're purging the excess, you're purging the unnecessary, the lies and the deception. Someone made an offer about not who they were, and the truth is coming out. And when that truth is going to come out, it's going to set you higher. It's going to, that the deception was holding you back. People lie to hold people back, right? People lie. Like, it's like the psychic that tells you you have a curse, so you have to go back to them and pay $300 to get the curse removed. That's a real common thing that people did back. So it's like, people lie to hold us back, and when you realize that you've been involved in a lie, then it's like free. Somebody might tell you something unexpectedly that will just blow your mind. Okay? Thank you for watching. A collective message here. I really recommend you guys listen to it. It'll be also here at the end. Thank you for watching. Bye.